And from here, as you slide the hands out towards the knees, start to let the pelvis tuck under. So there's a C shape we're making with the spine. And as the hands slide towards the groin, start to let the belly button be drawn forward. So we'll continue this movement of integrating the hands and the pelvis. If you can, continuing breathing in and out through the nose. Lengthening through the exhale. We're going to pause here in this C shape, letting the chin come towards the chest. The hands are at the knees. And just letting yourself curl inward. As you curl inward, allow the breath to move into the back body, into the back rib cage. And inhaling, lifting through the chest. Sliding the hands towards the groin. And continue for 5 breaths with this chest lifted position. And this last one, exhale. And let the body come back into a somewhat neutral position, somewhere between those two extremes of movement. And we'll go into side bending here. So bringing the hands on either sides of the hips and letting the elbow lead the way. We'll side bend to the right, lifting that left elbow to the sky. And coming back to center, side bending left, letting that right elbow move to the sky. So very gentle, moving back and forth, side to side. The hand is hanging off the elbow here. And if you can, just let a little smile be at the lips, turning the outer part of the lips up a little bit. This is not to gaslight yourself into fooling yourself that everything is okay, but it's a way for your nervous system to release in this moment, to be here. So with a little smile, it helps the nervous system to come down just a little bit, the parasympathetic system to engage. And we're going to pause, side bending to the right. That left elbow is up towards the sky, and unfurl that left hand, reaching for the sky, and turn to look down towards the right. So 5 breaths here, looking up and looking down, breathing. Breathing into the side body. And to come out of this position, we'll inhale, looking up towards the left hand, and exhale to center. And pause for a moment, noticing the brightness between the two sides, the energy flow. And bringing that left hand down, we'll side bend to the left, letting that right elbow lead the way. Unfurl that right elbow, the hand reaches towards the sky. And adding in the rotation, looking down and looking up. And to come out of this, inhale, looking up towards the right. Exhaling down to center. We'll inhale the arms up to shoulder height. The elbows are nice and straight, not locked, gently straight. And with soft fist, we'll turn one fist in and the other fist out. So rotating the long bones of the arms in the socket. And bringing the left hand over to the right elbow, draw the arm in front of you and flex, open the hand and flex the wrist down. And we'll very gently move the elbow, bend the elbow back and forth as we move the elbow out to the side. So we're keeping the arm elevated at shoulder height. We're doing a very gentle mobilization here for the nerves in the arm. And bringing the arm back towards the center. Bringing the hands down, we'll pause for a moment. Just allow that circulation of lymph to move through the body. The lymphatic system needs a pause. And extending that left arm in front of you, elbow straight, palm up, and bring the right hand underneath that tricep above the elbow of the left arm. And we'll start to bend and straighten the elbow as we move the arm out to the side. And I'm sorry, I left out the instruction of bending the wrist. So keep that wrist bent the whole time. And pausing for a moment. And one more movement for the nerves of the upper body. We'll inhale the arms out to the side. lifting them all the way up over the head. And exhale with the palms together in front. Let's do that 4 more times. Some people call this sun breath. Inhale, gathering the energy around you. Exhaling down to center. And this last one, inhaling up, exhaling down. And as you exhale down, keep those elbows flared out to the side. And we'll start to draw the elbows in towards the center and then back out. As if we're flapping wings here. And mindfully, slowly, we'll start to turn the body to the left as we continue moving the elbows up and down. Keeping the chin centered over the chest. We'll turn towards the right. And pause with the arms in front. Take a moment to gather your breath, allowing it to recenter and deepen. And releasing the arms off the legs, letting the wrists very gently do some rotations here. And switch directions. And letting the arms fall behind you. We'll pause here with the chest lifted, taking some breaths in and out. Chin is down a little bit towards the chest. Not too tightly tucked, but just down. And if you haven't already done so, straighten out the legs in front of you, keeping that chest lifted. And pushing yourself forward, we'll go into a 90-90 position here. So bringing the left hand down by the left hip and drawing that right foot back towards the right and drawing the left foot towards the right. And coming down onto that left sit bone. Some of you might still need a pad if this is feeling too challenging. You can do this in a chair or on a block. Use the level of support that you need. So our weight is mostly on the left hand and on the left hip. And bringing the hand to the right hip here, we'll start to very slowly press that right hip forward and back. Forward and back. You'll notice that as the hip The right hip moves forward, the trunk will turn towards the left. And as you do this movement, you might notice that there is movement in the left hand. So we'll bring the awareness to that left palm. So as you press the right hip forward, start to do a circle in the left palm around the joints of the hand. So as you press forward, transferring the weight around the knuckles to the base of the hand. And it might feel awkward or foreign, but connecting that right hip to the left hand. Almost as if you're drawing a circle with the palm of the hand through the palm of the hand. Keeping the breath, the hip, and the hand all connected. And connecting this left hand now to the left sit bone. Bring your awareness and attention to that left sit bone, as if you have a crayon on the bottom and you're drawing a circle. Drawing a circle with the weight that you're pressing down through the hip as you go in a circle. And connecting that circle with the left hand. The slower you do this, the more it becomes, the more it will activate the brain and light up awareness. And if you'd like, you might notice this right elbow wants to do movement too. So as you're doing these circles, let the left elbow do the circle too. Start to let the hand, that right hand, move. And coming to a pause with the right hand stretching over that left hand. And then coming back up, face over this left thigh and let your body fall forward over the left thigh. Bringing the arms in front and pause for 5 breaths here. And coming back up. Resting the hands behind you. We'll draw the knees up in front. Bringing the feet together, the soles of the feet together. Start to let the feet or the knees go in and out. A little bit like the arms, when we were flapping the elbows, were a very gentle flap here, moving up and down. And coming back to center, we'll shift our weight over to the right side and drawing that left foot back, the right knee in front, our weight on the right hand. And we'll start to bring that left hip forward again. If you'd like, you can rest the left hand at the left hip. And take your time here. Let yourself experience this part of the body that is carrying us through life, often without us being aware. And start to bring the awareness over to the palm of the right hand, moving into a circle with that right hand. So the palm is pressing on the floor, and it's as if we're drawing a circle with the palm of the right hand. And shifting awareness to the right sit bone. So now most of our weight is in that right hand, right sit bone. And letting your breathing take over. Letting that right elbow come along, or the left elbow come along for the right. Bringing the hand, the left hand, with the movement of the right side. And reaching with that left hand over to the right. Reaching over the right hand and breathe. And bringing the left hand by the left shin, right hand by the right thigh. Sorry, left hand by the right shin. So we have the hands on either side of the right knee. And let the body fall forward. And breathe. And from this position, we're going to walk our hands over to the right our elbows to the right and extend the legs long so that we end up on our stomach, propped up on our elbows. The elbows are under the shoulders, the palms are flat. Making sure to lift through the chest here so the shoulders are not collapsed, but nice and firm. If you feel pressure in your low back with doing this, press down with the pelvic bone into the earth and lengthen through the back of the neck. Make sure the jaw is loose. And we'll pause here and breathe for a couple of breaths. And we'll inhale the arms up overhead, bringing the forehead down towards the earth. And as you exhale, draw the fingertips down in an arc down by the sides. So we'll continue to move the hands back and forth with the breath. If you'd like to engage the muscles of the back a little bit more, you can lift the fingertips off the floor and continue with the arch. And pausing with the arms on the floor. We'll very gently lift the left leg and then the right. Just a couple of times here, just to engage the back of the legs and the buttocks. And we'll pause by rolling onto our backs with the knees bent. And just let yourself pause here. Just to help continue move the waters of the lower body to the heart. Very gently lift the pelvis just a couple of inches off the ground and then lower. Tap the skin of the buttocks to the ground and then lift. So it's a very tap, lift. Very small movement, squeezing the buttocks. Just to help activate the lymphatic system. Squeeze out any sluggishness, any heaviness in these lower chakras. And then come to a pause. Let the pelvis rest on the earth. Let gravity be your friend here. And arms out to the sides at shoulder height, lifting the knees towards the chest and then lengthening the legs towards the sky. And allowing the legs to explore small or larger circles here. If this is hard for the low back or uncomfortable, bend the knees and do the movement with the knees. A little bit like how we were doing the movements with elbows before we straighten the arms. And coming to a pause with the knees bent. And the knees falling to the right. So a rotation here and letting the head turn towards the left. If you feel like you need a little bit more stretch for the outer leg, you can extend that left knee and flex the ankle. And then bring that left leg up and the right leg up. And the knees over to the left. And looking towards the right. And a little bit more stretch for the outer thigh. Straightening that right knee, flexing the right ankle. And making your way back to center. If there's any other movement that feels good for you, do. It's a good time to do it. As we go into our last and final pose of Shavasana, or lying with the legs and arms out. This helps the nervous system to integrate in the practice. For those of you who would like to continue in this place, letting yourself continue to let this relaxation unfold, you're welcome to do so. I'm going to transition the rest of us into side lying. So very slowly letting the body roll onto one side that feels comfortable. And pressing into sitting. Take a moment here to allow for the heart to accommodate to this new place. The heart needs time to adjust in this microcosm of our practice. Giving the heart space can serve as a larger template of listening as we go forth. So take a moment. If you'd like, you can place a hand at the heart. Maybe whisper, thank you. Thank you for your support, for bringing me forward this far to life and warning me of what's best. May you be nourished and may you be well. May love find you and hold you. Namaste, everybody.